to do today.
The whole new acronym thing drives me effing bananas. Can we call him by his name?
Felger and Mazz on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
My favorite Game 7s are when it's not just a series at stake or maybe even the title at stake, but I feel like there's real big picture basketball shit going on. Changing of the guard type stuff. And it just felt this way from the beginning. Where do you want to start? I mean, that was incredible.
It's Wemby's world now.
Listening on the terrestrial side, we had to drop that cut. Bill Simmons said the S word in it. So it wasn't a long cut. You may not have heard of any of it. Probably didn't make much sense. If you listen on the internet, you got it.
There's basketball stuff going on.
Basically, as a way to get into the basketball, Simmons says he loves games and events where it's not just a good game or an event, but where you feel like there's sort of generational basketball stuff going on, like a changing of the guard, to which Zach Lowe and every other person on the planet says, yes, it's now Wemby's world and we're just living in it. I felt this way before I went away last week, Mazz. I still feel this way. I will be the contrarian on this one. So now it's, and I can't, Wemby's, I'm not going to use the nickname. I don't know the man.
It's just easier than Wembanyama.
I know, I'm going to have to figure it out. Wembanyama. It's Wembanyama's world, just like it was Giannis's world, just like it was Jokic's world, just like it was Brown and Tatum's world, just like it was Gilgeous-Alexander's world. Now it's Wembanyama's world. Folks, we've been at this now for over half a decade. It's a new world in the NBA. It doesn't work this way anymore. You don't have one superstar win a championship and then keep winning. They're one and dones. You're all telling me that Wembanyama is different? Is Wembanyama different, Murray?
So I thought that way after game one. Again, I crowed about him after game one of that double overtime and how good he was in those two overtime periods. But if you watch this series, he was kind of good, not great. Like, he flashed in a couple of games in the middle there. There was 3 straight games. He was held to 10 rebounds or less, and it was like, this is your king? So if you watch the series, it's more on, I'm now maybe more on your side of the road, where it's like, well, okay, I mean, they might win it this year, but I wouldn't be shocked if they were one and done.
I mean, I could see why you think this guy is different.
Yeah, because of the size and the freakishness of it and all that.
The fluidity combined with the size. I get it. Like, I'm not stupid. I see what you see. You don't have to tell me. I see it. But I don't know. You all said something similar when Giannis won it. You all said, I know you did, when Jokic won it.
Definitely, yeah.
I know exactly what you were saying when the Celtics won it. Brown, Tatum, look at their ages, look at the contracts. This is their league. It all goes through them. You were all saying it about OKC and Gilgeous-Alexander. This is an era of one and done. So I'll tell you, I've been ahead of the curve on all this, and it's hurtful for you basketball people because I'm not a basketball guy and I'm right about so much of this stuff. So I know it's hurtful for you to hear it, but I'll give you more since you seem to
eat it up.
Yeah, you can't get it through your heads that you're just looking at it wrong. If the Spurs win it this year, they're not winning it next year. And I would, if I had to pick one and done or multiples, I'd pick one and done with the Spurs. Just like I picked one and done with Gilgeous-Alexander, just like, not that I picked it, but it's turned out one and done with Brown and Tatum, Jokic, Giannis, you name it. This is the world we live in now with the NBA. If the Spurs win it this year, they aren't winning it next year. They'll win one for sure. I mean, Wembanyama is going to break through and win one. I get he's a special guy, and he's going to win one. But I'm not even convinced he's winning this one. I'm tempted to take the Knicks in this series.
I'm leaning Knicks.
Are you really?
Yeah, I am.
I think, don't they have enough big guys to throw at them?
Yes, they do. And they're big-bodied big guys.
Like Mitchell Robinson, yeah, that's a problem.
It is. And even Towns is not,
that broken finger, though.
Who cares?
Yeah, and
play if he doesn't.
No, I know he's going to play. He
can't shoot anyway.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and Towns physically is not a rail. You know what I mean? He's big-bodied. So now he's kind of soft, but compared to Wembanyama...
Can Mitchell Robinson go out on the perimeter and guard Wembanyama?
Not ideally, but sure.
I don't know.
I mean, nobody's going to guard him out there anyway because he can shoot over everyone in the league.
What's the number on the series? Do you guys know?
+1. Knicks are... Well, I saw +175.
Oh, that's not that much.
The Spurs are -200 or something, the spread in there. But I think the last I checked this morning, Knicks +175. I'm tempted to take the Knicks.
Yeah, I'm leaning Knicks.
But the Spurs, if they win this one, they're not winning next year. I'm not even sure they're going to win this year. And I'm not convinced that Wembanyama is going to be any more of a singular force in terms of multiple championships than any of these other guys are. Because you all said the same thing. When I say you all, I mean the NBA world. The NBA world said the same thing about Giannis. They said the same thing about Jokic. They said the same thing about Brown and Tatum. They said the same thing about Gilgeous-Alexander. And none of those teams have even gotten back to the finals. That's what the NBA is now. Blessedly. I think it's a better league because of it. I like it. I like that. I think the underdog in this series has a real chance. I think that's a great development for the league. I'll say this, too. I sure as hell will be rooting for the Knicks. The Knicks winning's better for the league. The Knicks winning is better, more fun, more interesting. Celtics fans can't bring themselves to say that. Do you hate the Knicks that much? Like, why? Why would you?
I don't.
They're such a non-factor. They're such a pathetic loser organization. What's the big deal?
I just think people get hung up on the Boston-New York thing.
Still? Do they?
I like the way the Knicks play. I think they play as a team. I think they play hard. They rotate guys in and out of there without really skipping a beat. I like all of that. I like everything about the Knicks. There's one reason to really not root for the Knicks, and Murray nailed it last week.
Oh, the owner.
Putz.
Yeah, tough to root for James Dolan.
Little megalomaniac.
Just one of the worst.
Nuts.
One
putz.
of the worst.
Megalomaniac.
What a little putz.
Like Daniel Snyder level type of loser.
Again, the Sphere, full marks. I give James Dolan full marks for what he did there out in Vegas. That was brilliant. Other than that, what a worthless little twerp that guy is. You're right. Other than that, though.
That's it.
No, I like how they play. I like the team.
And I'm sorry.
And the Knicks as an organization never really bothered me.
It's cooler if the Knicks win versus the Spurs. The Spurs are bad for business. 2-bit, one-horse town. Who just got lucky again, who just sucked the right year and got a ping pong ball. That's all they did. The Knicks, what they did, that's a much harder deal to build that through trades and things like that. That was much, much harder. Trades and free agents who I thought they overpaid for. And
make the Eastern Conference Final, fire the coach, go with a new guy.
That's a neater trick. And New York is cooler than San Antonio and all that. And it's just better for the league. I'm rooting for the Knicks. Be much more entertaining results if the Knicks win. Spurs will get theirs, but who gives a crap about the Spurs? Who ever did?
Me neither.
When they were winning that previous time around, no one gave a crap about them. They almost single-handedly tanked NBA ratings into the freaking cellar. So F the Spurs. I got no need for the Spurs. The Knicks bring out emotion. And
they do.
Feeling, and you feel something for the Knicks. You should, or you do, for some reason. But whatever. I'm pulling for the Knicks, and if I had to bet, Wembanyama's no more the next great multiple NBA champion than Giannis, Jokic, Brown, Tatum, Gilgeous-Alexander were. I'm Gilgeous-Alexander in OKC. I will just take this time to say, I know when you call and say, a lot of you will call up and say, well, as I told you last week, and my normal answer is what? My normal answer is, sir, Fred, Frank, Bruce, whatever your name is, I've never heard of you before. Never mind what you said. Right? We get this all the time. As I told you, too, last week, said Larry. Larry, I don't know who you are, and I don't remember your take. And that's it for 99%. For some reason, though, I did remember this call.
Oh, yeah.
I remember this call you're about to hear. I don't remember the caller's name, but I do remember the call. So, Jimmy, go ahead, roll. This was 2 weeks ago now. Your calls, as promised. Matt in the car. Go ahead, Matt. Matt.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Great show, as always. Hey, Michael, how you doing, buddy? I got one for you real quick if you guys can just give me a minute.
Go.
I called you guys last year after the NBA championship and the Thunder 1-7. You said there's no way they're going to win it this year. Well, guess what?
I stand by it.
Yeah, that's right. You said you didn't buy it, but you know what? They're going to win it.
Hold on, Matt. It's a little early for the blind. We're in the second round. How do you like them now? They're halfway through.
We're not there yet.
So what are you blind about, buddy? We got 2 rounds to go, my man. They're not going to.
That's right. I'll be calling you the day after they win it.
Then you do that. Today is May 12th, man. We're in the second round. No blind yet.
Like Bill Belichick used to say, sometimes it's a little humble pie.
That's a premature blind. Humble about what? It's the second round.
No, they just won the second. Michael, there's no team beating them. They play the game. No one plays like them.
Okay, Matt Stradamus here on line 1. You know exactly what's going to happen. They're going to lose, Matt. You watch.
No, they're not. They're not. I'll call you once they lose.
Okay, you call me, buddy. You got the number. Do you, Matt? Because where are you? It's Matt in the car. Was that what you just give me at the beginning game? Matt in the car? Who is
Matt
it?
in the car.
Your calls, as promised. Matt in the car. Go ahead, Matt. Matt in the car.
He said he's a man. Where's the call?
Did you lose the number? I have an open line. You can take it. 617.
I don't think we've heard from him yet.
779 0. Now, I'll say it slowly again. It's like, my late great father or your grandfather. They still do this to you, kids? Let me give you the number. Do you got a pen? Yes, Dad. Rocky, I got a pen.
6.
Write this down. Do you have a pen? Yes, I have a pen. I have a pen. Matt in the car, do you have a pen? 617 779 0985. There's an open line. You can call up and just, Felger, you were right. I was wrong. Another NBA take come to fruition. It must be so painful for you hoop heads. Oh, my God, you basketball people. I don't even really like your sport half the time. But it's all right. But, I'm a hockey guy. And I'm so right about so much stuff about your little bouncy ball game. It must infuriate you. Oh!
Is this him?
Matt in the car, are you there?
Hey, guys, Michael.
Matt,
Michael, you were right. You were right, and I am a man.
There you go.
I am a man.
Good job.
I'm admitting you were correct.
Thank you. Simple
Turn
as that.
down Preston.
Okay. They're not going to win another one. That's it. That's it for OKC. You understand that, right?
Well, eventually they're going to win it again. But you were right about the back-to-back thing, and you are so correct. But you know what? I don't like the way Gilius is way too good of a player to flop every other play too. It's just bad basketball, Michael.
Yeah, I agree with you, Matt. Thanks for being a man.
Now he's blaming Gilgis.
No, he's not the reason they lost. When your running mate, Chet Holmgren, scores 4 points.
Go ahead, Mazz.
In a Game 7 at home.
Hold on.
You're a loser.
That freaking...
Wait a minute. This is What's Gone Up Mazz's Backside, brought to you by North Shore Adult Diapers. In all seriousness, people should not be afraid to get the help they need. And for many, store brands don't get the job done. So switch to the MVP of adult diapers, North Shore, for even the heaviest control problems. Visit NorthShore.com today and focus on life, not leaks. Mazz, your thoughts on Chet Holmgren?
Chet Holmgren, 33 minutes, basically. 32-49. You know how many shots he took in the game?
How many?
2. 2 shots.
As
2.
in the deuce that's in your pants,
that's right.
which is why you
shots.
need North Shore Adult Diapers.
Starting a power forward, because Hartenstein technically is the center on that team. 33 minutes. He took 2 shots. He had 4 rebounds. No assists, was a -3. You, my friend, suck. You suck. And Wembanyama wasn't even that good in that game, Wembanyama. You know how many shots Wembanyama took in the fourth quarter?
I don't.
Take a guess.
I've 4.
1. He took 1 shot in the fourth quarter. 1. Wembanyama took 1 shot in the fourth quarter. Now, he went to a line a couple of times, but this to me is one of the real arguments for your point, is that they really kind of won the game without him. In the fourth quarter, it was, a 4-point game or something going to the fourth quarter, whatever it was. And, whatever it was, Oklahoma City whittled it down at 1 point. Gilgeous-Alexander was on the bench. Like all of that at the beginning of the quarter. And they freaking blew him out of the arena without Wembanyama doing anything. Holmgren sucked the whole series. He sucked. He was useless in this series, and it hurt them badly.
Again, North Shore Adult Diapers. Go to NorthShore.com today and focus on life, not leaks. Quick hockey thought and your phones right after this.
Felger.
Shush.
Mazz. The Sports Hub. This is breaking sports news. Powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
The deal that has been speculated on for weeks finally happening. Adam Schefter, NFL insider of ESPN, says that the Eagles are indeed trading Pro Bowl wide receiver A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots in exchange for a 2028 first-round draft pick and a fifth-round pick next year that is the better of New England's 2 fifths.
And that's it.
That's it.
Anything on the contract?
Not yet. Not yet.
I think it's an overpay. I'm not going to criticize them for it. I mean, I want them to think big and get better and all that. Their heart's in the right place. I'm just telling you, I think it's an overpay. They're the only one willing to pay it. And there's way more risk with this player than you've been led to believe or we've all just forgotten about. Because the thing's been on the table for so long, right?
It's like 2 months, basically.
Okay, so it's finally over. But he got a bad knee. And he just quit on one of the best teams in the league. Mm-hmm. And I think that's an important thing. I mean, there's a lot of examples, certainly at that position, where players, go stale somewhere. Receivers go stale somewhere, go to a new location, get a change of scenery, and turn it around. Like that happens all the time. Or a player acts like a jerk one place and then shows up somewhere else, gets in a winning environment, and is a different guy, a better guy. That happens all the time too. The ones you have to really be concerned about are the ones that quit on the winning teams. Plenty of examples of guys, again, becoming malcontents in a loser situation. It brings out the worst in them. They just want to win. They're not surrounded by winning players or winning organization. And so they grow frustrated and they act out. You bring them into a winning organization and they're a totally different guy. I got that. Happens all the time. What's A.J. Brown's excuse? He was there 4 years. They made the playoffs 4 years. He made 2 Pro Bowls, 2 Super Bowls, won a championship. And he was miserable. Why? That would concern the hell out of me.
Yeah, that's Terrell Owens type stuff. You're on winning teams, but you're mad because you're not getting the ball enough. You don't like the coach, the quarterback, so on and so forth.
So to me, then that doesn't mean I wouldn't take a chance on that player, but because he's got a bad knee and because he quit and showed really bad character in a good situation, that to me is a player that comes at a discount. I don't have to give up a first-round pick. I don't have to pay him his full contract. He reworks his contract. I get some sort of conditional draft pick consideration from the team because this is damaged goods. He's closer to damaged goods than he is a top-of-the-market consideration. So this all goes back to my take off the top of the 2 o'clock. There's no way in hell you're doing this unless Mike Vrabel's here. This is a Mike Vrabel transaction. And Mike Vrabel's going to bat for this player. He's going to bat for this player's health and this player's comportment. And if it doesn't work on either front, it's on Mike Vrabel. If Mike Vrabel were not here, they would not come close to this player. This is the kind of thing they never did during the meat of the Brady Belichick years. At the end, they paid Antonio Brown a lot of money and made a mistake. They paid a premium for Mohamed Sanu, made a mistake. At the very beginning, they paid Roosevelt Colvin as a day one free, the dayless time. But for the most part, when they got a player like this, and by the way, Roosevelt Colvin and Adalys Thomas were not damaged goods. When they got a player like this who had a questionable past or a questionable health, they got a break on the deal. They got Randy Moss for a 4th and a 7th, and he redid his contract. A.J. Brown, this is a first-round pick and a 5th, and they're paying him the full contract? Okay. It's all on, even if it doesn't work, it's on Vrabel.
No, to your point, it really goes to show you how much the organization feels, how strongly they feel about Mike Vrabel, because if there was any trepidation, whether it's Jonathan, Robert, whoever, they had a window here to have some real pushback because everything that went on this past offseason with Mike Vrabel, and might still go on if Diana Rossini speaks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if there was anyone that was going to be a dissenting voice, they could say, look, you don't get everything you want, especially with everything that just happened. So it goes to show you, like, they really trust his judgment on this particular player.
The Super Bowl year, he had his knee drained twice a week down the stretch.
That is unbelievable.
That one I didn't know until you mentioned that earlier.
That is unbelievable.
He's the one that told us.
Yeah.
He did the Barstool podcast after the Super Bowl.
That's not great.
It's twice a week during the last couple months of the year. Knee drained. Tennessee 4 years ago said we can't give this player that kind of contract because of the knees. Now, in fairness, I guess he proved them wrong because he made it the 4 years in Philadelphia and still a high-end player. But did I mention he had to have it drained twice a week down the stretch of the Super Bowl year? I just think, look, I'm glad they're trying to get better. I'm glad they're thinking big, making big moves for big-time players. So I'm not going to, criticize them for it. But I think this is something they would never have done in their previous life. A player like this would have come at some sort of discount where they had the leverage. They're paying full price, 29 years old, bad knee, and just quit on one of the best teams in the league. Okay, let's see.
Did Belichick trade a first for Brandon Cooks that year? Was that a first?
Yep.
And then
sure
they got
was.
it back.
Okay, but he wasn't a distressed asset.
No, he wasn't. I'm just saying, even trading a first-round pick at all, I think is, the type of thing that a lot of teams won't do.
And as you said, they got it. They realized it was a mistake and got out of it immediately.
Yeah, and they got it back. They got their pick back. But the point is, the Rams are largely an aberration. They don't, they'll trade a first-rounder just about every year.
Hey, so just quickly, Mike Reese, ESPN, just posting on this too. So nothing's going to change with the contract. He writes the Patriots inherit Brown's contract, which runs through the 2029 season and averages $32 million per season, the 7th highest in the NFL among receivers. Wow, that's a lot of money.
So they give a first-round pick, and they're giving him all his money?
Yeah, they overpaid. Although there's an out on the deal after this season, so I'm not convinced he's going to be here that whole length of time.
Bye-bye, Christian Gonzalez.
Who's got a bad knee that needs to be drained twice a week. And did I mention he just quit on the Super Bowl champion? If you quit on a bad team in a bad organization, I've seen that. You get demoralized. The people around you don't know what they're doing. You can't win, so it brings out the worst in you, and you act out. Then you get traded. You go somewhere that gets it in a winning environment, and you become what you should become. What do you say about the guy that quits on the Super Bowl champion? Who he had success there. 2 Pro Bowls, 4 1,000-yard seasons, 2 Super Bowls, 1 championship. Like, what's your problem? He's reading self-help books on the sidelines in the playoffs. You do know that self-help book crap was in the playoffs in a game they won, and he's carrying on like that? Shouldn't that player get a discount? So Vrabel's all in on this guy, so they're doing what Mike Vrabel wants on this one. This one I could clearly say this is a Vrabel thing. Because if he's not here, the Pats aren't doing this.
No way. The whole connection was their relationship in Tennessee. I mean, that was the reason to do it. Look, on the merits of the trade, they overpaid. Now, we can talk about they want the player, they need the player, they need someone else from May, all of which is true. I get it. But they overpaid. This guy is not – I don't think this guy's worth a first-round pick. I don't think anyone out there was going to give it to him.
Okay. I'm glad they have him. Well, it doesn't work out. It's going to be easy second guess on Mike Vrabel. Easy one. Real quick, Joe in Boston. What do you got, Joe?
Felger, I love you. You've been on fire.
Joe, are you where are you calling me? Is that a tomato can and a string? Seriously.
That was bad.
I was looking forward to the call. He said, Felger, why are you so miserable? You just got back from vacation in Italy. Who says I'm miserable?
No, you're always like this.
I'm enjoying this.
This is normal.
This is me having fun. What are you talking about? Miserable?
Well, if anything, you timed it correctly. You came back to real news.
I'm in my element, and I get to piss you off.
You picked a good week to go.
Who said I'm miserable?
When I leave, Cora gets fired.
I'm having fun. I don't know why. What gave you that impression? I'm trying to make you miserable. That's the whole game there. Here comes the very breaking news. The Patriots have their man. Here it is with Big Jim Murray.
Mike and Tony have a definite chemistry.
Are they? 100%.
Are they?
Yes. 100. Do I stutter?
Do you consider them the periodic table of sports talk?
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, buddy. Sorry. I mean to blow a gasket.
No. Blow it, baby. Blow it.
Felger and Mazz.
What was the process like to get to this point in leading up to it actually happening here on June 1st as you see all the information on the screen?
Well, my understanding is the two sides had not had any contact in recent weeks. There were conversations that occurred in March and April and an understanding that they would pick this up again after June 1st. And that's exactly what they wound up doing today, exchanging phone calls and coming to the agreement that will send the 2028 one to the Philadelphia Eagles for A.J. Brown, a 2027 fifth-round pick back to the Eagles as well. So the Eagles get 2 first-round picks. Now, here's the other interesting twist to all this, of course. At one point in time, the Los Angeles Rams were sniffing around an A.J. Brown trade, and they decided ultimately that they would be better off spreading their resources elsewhere, trading for Trent McDuffie, and now trading for Myles Garrett.
Adam Schefter on ESPN this afternoon on the breaking news. A.J. Brown to the Patriots. Officially official. Okay, your thoughts on that? We've got, we've talked about Christian Gonzalez and his contract. We talked about just now the NBA Finals, plenty of Red Sox stuff on the board as well. We go right back to your phones. Ron in Medford on the Patriots. Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, when you draft these players, I mean, you're hoping that they're going to develop them and they become elite. And, I just think it would be a sin to get rid of a guy in a pass-happy league that, if need be, can limit one side of the field like he can. I mean, on the other side of the coin, if the money they save with him, they spread it around and the other resources make up for that deficiency over there, that's a good thing. But, Mike, the one thing I want to say to you about the NBA, you're 100% right.
Okay, I'll just stick to the football. I'm sorry, Ron. On Chris Gonzalez, if they're going to pay AJ Brown his full freight, $29 million guaranteed this year. You said it runs through the 2029 season at $32 million a year. And Drake May is going to get everything that he wants and more. They're still going to pay Christian Gonzalez?
No. Good luck.
No way. No, look, and again, I'm basing this on the way they've done business in the past, Mike. And from this part of it, if we're talking pure business standpoint, I don't know, is this the smartest move? Listen, and let me say this again. I want the player, okay? But they've overpaid for him, and I think it's fair, and I guarantee you he doesn't see all that money over the next 3 years after 2026. There's no way he's seeing all that money. We all know it. So would you rather sign how old's Gonzalez, 25? 25-year-old defensive back to a big deal, or a 30-year-old receiver with bad knees?
The first thing.
Well, so would I. Except that, there's probably no way to mitigate the actual cost of that deal based on the player's health and the position he plays. So they're going this way.
I'm just telling you, I find it fascinating. This is, how is it different under Mike Vrabel? I don't know if there have been, in terms of how they run their business, there's been a lot of things that would lead you to believe that it's been exactly the same. They still do all these Fakakta per game roster bonuses. I thought last year that they made a lot of moves that were very in keeping with what they did. For example, they took the last receiver on the board who was left over at a discounted rate in Stephon Diggs and got the most out of him and moved on. Like, that feels like
right.
Very Belichickian.
Very consistent.
Very consistent with how the Patriots and Belichick operated. Cost conscious. We'll take the second or third guy on the board over the first. We'll get him at a discount and we'll get just as much out of him, and then we'll move on when he asks for too much money. Like all that. I think Steph Diggs was very much in keeping with what they've been, for better or worse. And I've been critical of how they've operated like that in the past, and they deserve it. All I'm saying is this one's different. This one's different.
It is different for sure.
A.J. Brown should not be treated as the top of the market premium. He's damaged goods. There's an injury, and there's a behavior problem. And those guys, if Mike Vrabel weren't here, there's no way the Crafts would pay. You're paying a premium for a guy 29 with a bad knee and a bad attitude. And I know that second part is certainly, fluctuates. And I don't know if he's a bad guy with a bad attitude everywhere he's been. He's certainly not. But it certainly went sour in Philly. But you have to look at that. The guy, so what was his problem? They were winning at the highest level. He just wasn't getting the ball enough? I think he had 4 1,000-yard seasons, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did.
He had 2 Pro Bowls, right?
I think that's right.
So he goes.
That's true, yeah.
So he goes there from Tennessee, where they did very little. He puts up 4 1,000-yard seasons, 2 Pro Bowls, 2 Super Bowls, and a championship.
He was if I'm reading this right, he was a 3-time All-Pro with Philly.
All-Pro?
Second team twice, all 3 times. But All-Pro second team 2022, All-Pro second team 2023, All-Pro second team 2024.
He's a 3-time All-Pro, 4 1,000-yard seasons, 4 playoffs, 2 Super Bowls, 1 championship, and he's miserable. Say what? Why, he grew to hate the quarterback. The quarterback's a jerk. He made the quarterback the godfather to his child at one point. And then didn't even invite him to the wedding? It just sounds a little nuts.
Boy, that relationship went south fast.
I was going to say, talking about some ups and downs, but it's like, I don't know. I'm not saying he's a bad guy or I wouldn't take a chance on that player. I just wouldn't pay a premium for that player. And neither would they. They spent 25 years not paying a premium for guys like that. And very rarely would they pay a premium, period, But they paid a premium for guys they thought were bona fide. And not only that they were always right. You know, Roosevelt Colvin, a Dayless Tom, there were times they would pay that premium. Otherwise, if you were questionable like this, they got you at a discount. Where's the discount here?
Oh, there is no discount.
So that fascinates me. That, to me, is a change in philosophy.
Yeah, it's the power of Vrabel.
It's Vrabel. And if it goes sour, it's going to be easy for them to blame him. Easy. It's a risky move because this is not something they would ordinarily have done. And, in fact, no one else in the league would have done. You're the only team that's doing this.
I'm surprised by the cost of the deal. Again, I'm not surprised by the deal itself because I thought when this thing, at the end of the day, when this thing came in, it would be less than a first rounder. And I know it's in 2028. I don't care. I still think a first rounder is a first rounder is a first rounder. And a player like this should not cost a first rounder. Not when he's 30 years old, basically, with bad knees.
Joe in Boston, you back with a real phone?
Yes, I am, and thank you for your patience.
Okay, go ahead.
Felger, I agree with every take you've had today. You've been on fire. You're on point.
Thank
but
you.
I can't get past what's with the tone. You just got back from Italy. Is this country that bad? What's with the tone today?
Well,
you just seem overly disgruntled.
Joe, I know I have a problem with tone.
You're cooped up. You've been cooped up for a long time.
I'm happy as a pig in poop. I couldn't be happier. So I'm not miserable. But my tone, I have a hard time conveying emotion without it sounding angry. It's just, I know that problem. I need acting lessons. You do it at a lower volume with a different delivery. If I could, I would. It's just the horse is out of the barn. What can I tell you? No, I like, and I also think it's our job to sometimes give you the other side of the story. And I think everyone sort of forgot what A.J. Brown did in Philadelphia. Go back and watch that last playoff game. That was a disgrace, what he did. And this is after 4 years, or 2 anyway, 2 really solid years about carping about the ball and complaining about his role and making a scene about the offense and carrying on and carrying on and carrying on. Self-help books on the sidelines and sending out cryptic Bible verses after only catching 2 balls on 9 targets, but he only caught 2 of them. And after 2 straight years of this, they're in a playoff game. They got to have it. He's being featured. He gets 7 targets, only catches 3 of them and drops 3 of them, including a couple that are absolutely crucial. Got to have it right with the game on the line. And that guy you should not have to pay a premium for. That's the guy that the league looks at and says, I want nothing to do with that. And then you get him for less of a cost and then get to say, see, we were smart. We found a distressed asset. We got him for a good price, and we showed everybody, that's the Patriot way. Paying a premium for a guy coming off of that kind of year with his knee, that's unrecognizable to me. Maybe that's a good thing. Because you were too cost-conscious and deal-driven in the past. So maybe it's a good thing. But this strikes me. That this is, I think, a real departure from how you used to do business.
It should strike you. There's risk involved in this kind of deal. That's really what you're getting at, is they try to avoid risk at all costs. They want what is I always call them team-friendly deals, and I've said this for years. The Patriots are always interested in the deal, not the player.
There's a lot of you. Murray was one of them. Who you got one whiff of A.J. Brown after that playoff game and said, that's out. I don't want that guy.
And they became so pot committed to this guy this offseason and based their whole offseason around him. I was like, well, I've talked myself into it.
And now everyone's kind of forgotten about it. Go back and watch clips of that game. Watch what he did.
It's horrendous. And just even from a timeline standpoint, the Eagles got A.J. Brown from Tennessee for a first and third. And now 4 years later, they just got back a first and fifth for him? Like, that should come down. Just, you know what I mean? Like,
Al Murray.
Great point.
4 years older. Knee's not any better.
Checked out on the team.
And just quit on one of the best teams in the league. I can't reiterate that part enough.
Like, the math of it kind of ain't mathin'.
Murray, that's a great point.
You know, Howie Roseman, chess checkers. You're playing checker. You were the stooge in this one.
Yep.
I mean, really.
If you have to ask who the tomato can is, you're the tomato can.
Who's the mark?
Yep.
No one else was willing to do this.
Sucker.
So, but again, I just want to say, that's not altogether a bad thing. There were too many players that they lost out on because they wouldn't be the highest bidder. There's too many players that they lost out on and didn't get better because they didn't want to pay the premium. And they were a lesser team in some cases because of it, to a fault. Don't we all agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Way too deal conscious. So on this one, they're not deal conscious. They were willing to pay a premium for someone who I don't think deserved it.
Okay, so if you're asking me what I like about the deal, is I like about the fact that they went out and got a couple of receivers for the quarterback. So, you've got a supremely talented quarterback. We all know that physically. And they also beefed up the offensive line a little bit.
No.
We'll see how that shakes out.
I was just going to bring that up, Mazz. They went out and got another left tackle, maybe a real left tackle this time, and one premium receiver and another really good one.
And don't forget the guard. Right? Vera Tucker.
I have totally forgotten about the guard. Vera Tucker could be a great signing.
So, they've made an effort to support Drake May, which I like.
And paid a premium for it.
Yeah, that I like. Right, because they paid a lot for Tucker. Aloma was a first-round pick, obviously, and the price is high. So, from that standpoint, I do like that.
I just think someone with that track record, Brown's track record, the injury and the comportment would be conditional second that becomes a first if ...
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
There's an a-hole tax of sorts.
Yeah, and then where the Patriot guarantee? $29 million tied up in per game roster, but like some sort of restructure on the contract. This is kind of unrecognizable to me. But again, in the same breath, just to show you, maybe I am in an okay mood. Then maybe this is a good thing. Maybe this actually represents progress for them.
This deal has the chance, though, to be a disaster.
Yes, and you blame Vrabel.
It has the chance for that.
Because the Crafts would never do this unless Vrabel was there. Never. Not because it's not. They lost the deal.
They did lose the deal.
They lost the deal.
No. Howie Roseman won the deal. Murray's point is, so you buy a new car for a first and a third. 4 years later, with 200,000 miles on it, you sell it for a first and a fifth?
And he wouldn't run for you.
Right. And who's the idiot who paid that? That's what we'd be asking.
Us here in New England. There are your A.J. Brown thoughts. What are yours? To your calls at the top of the hour. Don't go anywhere.